Daljeet Singh Kohli, the fund manager of Valentis Advisors. Daljeet, hi. Good afternoon and welcome on board. Just want to start with getting your perspective on the Fresh series. Of course, there have been a lot of geopolitical developments. There have been a lot of global developments on the macro front and even locally for that matter, with a lot of macro data coming in. How are you reading into the markets right ahead of the elections? How does one navigate through all of this uncertainty, volatility, and so many big developments happening overall?
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, as you rightly mentioned, there is a lot of noise around in terms of geopolitical tensions, in terms of macro data. And unfortunately, yesterday's GDP data has also not been very encouraging. But I guess that was already expected, and that is there in the prices, why one can say. Markets are going in with the view. I think from last quarterly numbers, we were clear that probably this quarter and quarter four, we'll see a subdued GDP number. Normally, that is, once if it is known, then it is already factored in. Now, how do we navigate this? I think for next few months, 1 or 2 months, probably because this is a large event lying ahead, we can see this range bound movement. We may not see too much of decisive moves either side, because markets tend to behave in that manner when such a large event is in the offing. Although in our understanding and the past history we see for last many years, it is very clear that what is the reaction at the time of an event is not normally the reaction is totally opposite after 6 months, 1 year, because then the sanity prevails and you start looking at fundamentals and all, which we also believe. The good part is that in this entire last few months, what we have seen is that because of all this uncertainty, many of the stocks in broader markets have come off very sharply. So which is giving a good opportunity to deep dive into them, to understand them more, to see what you can do. Basically, you get a lot of space to do your research. See, what was happening in last 1 year was that you decide on a stock idea. By the time you complete the execution, the stock price has already moved by 10%. No, you don't get that time to work on it. And in that bargain, probably sometimes you make a wrong decision, sometimes you are stuck up with a stock at a very high valuation. Now that situation is totally reversed, which is good for fund managers like us, because it is giving us a space to work more into it, to meet the management, to do the 360-degree analysis, talk to the vendors. You can do many things, and I think that is a good thing, because that's the way the portfolio should be built. So it's good time for us that we are looking for adding to our portfolios. I think all of us, many of us were sitting with a lot of cash of 2-3 months back. It is the time to start now putting it, and we have started actually deploying more and more. So we are looking for bottoms up approach has to be followed. So you can't have a big theme or a big idea right now, but probably you can look for very basic stocks and work more onto it, and you can get good ideas there.
Okay, so you stopped short of giving a specific idea. I didn't notice that, Daljeet. If I could just ask you about the auto stocks, because that's the flavor today. Degrowth you're seeing a lot of those stocks in reverse gear in trade as well. Would you stay away from this pack till the fundamentals start looking good, or do you think this is a great opportunity to pick up stocks?
I think time is coming near to that. Maybe not right away. You can just start buying, but probably in 1 or 2 months we'll see that this process of bottoming out will complete. So you can start looking at these stocks. Some of them in all two-wheeler, four-wheeler, some of them have seen a sharp decline from their peak, which has made the valuations attractive. And we all know that this sector is going to be there for many years. So the penetration levels, the people's buying capacity will always be there. So I don't think that the sector is going away anyways, just that the valuation had gone a little bit on the higher side. Those have corrected now. Maybe we'll start seeing the numbers, monthly numbers, and the moment we see 2-3 months consecutively good numbers, I think the interest will come back. So this is the time to start maybe start nibbling some of them, and to add bigger positions. Maybe in next 2-3 months I expect the numbers should become better.
Okay, Daljeet, great chatting with you. Thank you so much for coming on board and sharing your perspective on markets.